I'm here today in Melbourne, Australia at the Lorcana Challenge event. I believe the winners of the event get a ticket to Worlds. We're just here as an attendee today to see what it's all about. Let's go inside. Okay, so we've arrived at Marvel and we've checked in and we've got a few little goodies. We obviously got our badge, attendee badge. We're not competing here today, but we also got a pin there, which is pretty cool. Now, I've never been to an event like this for any TCG. I haven't been to a Pokemon one. This is the first Lorcana one in Australia, so it's a pretty big deal. Pretty excited to be here and check it out. It's obviously the main competition. There are a bunch of side events going on. There is an artist, Matt Chapman, here to do some signings, which is pretty cool. I've got all my Matt Chapman cards in my bag to get signed. And I believe there are also some vendors and stuff as well. So it'll be pretty cool. We'll go inside, see what it's like. Like I said, I've got no expectations. I've never been to an event before. It runs across the 2 days. Saturday today, I will only be attending today, unfortunately, but let's head inside. I have brought my trade binder with me. There's nothing too fancy in here, but I'll show you what I've got on offer today. So no enchanteds or anything too fancy, but I do have a bunch of legendaries, particularly from the first chapter. I've obviously got 4 of the Brave Little Tailor going on. Bunch of first chapter stuff. A couple legendaries from Rise of the Floodborn. And then quite a few as well from Shimmering Skies. So I'll bring that inside if I have time, see if anyone might want to trade with me. I am still trying to complete first chapter, Shimmering Skies and Ursula's Return. They are the 3 that I've made good progress on. I haven't started the other 3 I should say. So hopefully I can get a few more cards for those sets, but let's go inside. Excuse me sir, how much for your shirt? All the staff have these cool button-up Lorcana shirts. Do you think they'll sell them? So they do have some product for sale. They've actually got every chapter of Lorcana so far. They've got first chapter booster boxes for $2.80 all the way up to the most recent set, Azurite Sea, which is pretty cool to see. Now, they do have a bit of a prize wall going. They actually have some of the D23 boxes with the promo cards, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately not for sale. They are part of the prize wall and they've got some really cool play mats as well, which are part of the prize wall. But a bunch of product for sale, which is pretty cool. Awesome, thank you very much. Picked up 2 cards to start off the day. 2 of the ones, I think I only have 4 main set cards from the first chapter that I'm missing, so 2 of the 4. Pretty good. So we've done a bit of the lay of the land. I think there are 2 main vendors here and then the actual kind of Disney Lorcana type booth. So these guys, I suspect they might do some trades, so I might come back later. I think the owner of the booth is actually competing in the event as well, so I'll try and come back later. And I have a lot of enchanteds I need. I only have, I think, 3 enchanteds and I'm trying to complete every set. So I might see if I can do some trades later on. But for now, maybe we'll try and work out where the artist is or what time he'll be available for signing.
Players, please make sure that you're in your seats for the player meeting. Thank you.
I think they're getting ready to kick off the player meetings here. Everyone's kind of in their seats now, so.
I'm excited. We've got many international players here. This is truly a global competition that is taking place today here. So thank you so much for being a part of it.
So I've organised, I've got all my Matt Chapman cards. I have quite a few. I don't know if I'll be allowed to get all of them signed, but hopefully if I go early enough while they're competing, it'll be quieter. My personal favourites, I do love the genie from the first chapter. I also really like these Alice in Wonderland themed ones from Rise of the Floodborn as well. Guys, I'm wondering if this is where the big gold medal match will be tomorrow, because that is quite a setup. There's 10 different camera angles, a lot of headsets and stuff. I feel like this is where the big game will be tomorrow. It's pretty intense, I have to say. We can see also a bunch of commentators all set up and things like that. I believe the whole event kind of gets live streamed if I'm not mistaken. So it's pretty cool. I remember seeing a call out on Facebook for kind of content creators with knowledge of the game. So I'm wondering if these are some of the people who put their hand up who have good knowledge of the game but aren't actually competing themselves, who are running the commentary. But it's quite the event. Now, with Australia being so far away from the rest of the world, it's not without its hiccups. Apparently the non-foil promo cards have been caught up in a bit of a customs mishap.
Unfortunately, Australian customs did not come into our planning and some of those logistics haven't quite worked out. So our non-foil promo cards are not here at the moment.
All the players will have to get them posted out, but otherwise I think they're getting ready to start. I believe the first game starts at 10 AM, so they're getting all the pairings and stuff sorted. Hopefully once they start we can go and get some cards signed. Hopefully it won't be too busy. There don't seem to be heaps of attendees here, mostly competitors, but it's still very cool to check out.
Good luck everyone!
Okay guys, round one has just kicked off, but we've just been talking to someone and I can't remember where he's but I think he works for one of like the main distributors for Lorcana here in Australia. He's been filling us all in on how the event works, so a bit of logistical differences compared to how TCG competitions would normally work. They had to kind of fight to sneak in this Australian competition, so the top 2 winners will win a ticket to Worlds, which is in Walt Disney World, which is super cool, but a whole bunch of other prizes and stuff as well. But he's actually going to possibly teach us how to play. So I think the goal will be to know how to play this time next year. Whether we actually compete in the main event or not, I'm not sure, but that is the goal. So hopefully we can learn to play today. That would be really cool.
The world itself of Lorcana is injured and it decides we need to heal. So it goes out across the multiverse and pulls in Illumineers from all walks of life and pulls them in to try and save the planet, or the world itself, the multiverse. Both of us are pulled in as Illumineers to try and save the multiverse, but we don't know that the other person's also there. So we're both trying to get to 20 lore, which is to re-establish the memory of the multiverse. So we're not actually fighting each other, it's a race to see who can heal the multiverse first. So they might be a little bit different from the classic Disney characters because it's up to your imagination how they come out. So it might be alternate history version. You might have seen Mickey the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Well, there's a version of Mickey where he becomes the sorcerer later on as well. There's all new art, all different things.
Maybe I'll put...
Do it. So do you have anything in your hand that costs one?
I do.
Okay. And you want to play it this turn?
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing great. You got it. All right, Stitch. That's the whole reason we went with a deck. Stitch is 2/2. He's a storyborn hero alien. That is called flavor text. It's only a quote or to tell you about the character. But if it's in italics like that, it doesn't have a game effect.
Okay.
The question there was a strategic question. I'm going to do my best. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It takes me to 15. All my people are excited, which means you could challenge them. The aim of the game is to win at 20. Half. It's a really good question. 1, 2. Can't make you stop. Of course you choose to. Well done.
Thank you. I won! It wasn't my idea. The other guy watching asked a question, which then gave me the idea to not do anything on one turn, so then the next turn I won because I quested all my players. It's quite fun. I actually think I might pick up the gateway that Rosh and I can play together. So it was actually really useful to learn the rules like that and start with like a mini deck and build up. So that's good. We're now waiting in line to get some of the cards signed by Matt Chapman. I have a lot, so we might come back a few times throughout the day so we don't hold up the line. It's very busy now because round 1 has finished, which is good. But we'll get some cards signed and then maybe we'll see if we can find some people to trade with. Maybe go back to one of the vendors and see if they want to trade. We'll see.
Do you play or are you just...
We don't. We actually just got a demo before, so we'd like to know how to play.
Yeah,
so hopefully this time next year we'll know.
I need to learn how to play.
Yeah.
People tried to teach me a couple of times,
Yeah.
but my feeble old man brain can't absorb all of it. But I'm gonna like really make proper effort.
Yeah. That's our goal.
You go,
Give it a go.
Stacey.
Thank
There's that
you.
one. Yeah. Little genie on the genie.
We couldn't come to a Lorcana event and not open any Lorcana, so I've just picked up from the Card Hub Australia one of each of the first 5 sets of Lorcana. Pretty good. So Rosh and I are going to rip into these. Hopefully we'll pull something cool. Do you want to go first? Yep. One of the cards Rosh pulled I literally just bought today at this event. So of course that's going to happen. I've opened so much first chapter, probably more than any other set. Never pulled it, and then of course you buy it, you pull it. Makes sense. You ready?
That's cool.
That's cool. No enchanted, that's all right, we move on. Okay, we've had some lunch. It's a little later. Round 3 just ended and there's a bit of a lunch break now. We actually just got back in line for Matt Chapman. Rosh has had another card drawing done. She's had Simba. I actually brought the same card back because I wanted a little color. So my genie is now nice and colorful. I'm obsessed with it. I think it's so cool. And he actually told me if I have time to go line up again later and he'll go back over all my lines and stuff now because he's covered them up a little bit with the color, which is completely fair. So obviously when you have the artists here at an event like this, it's free. You line up, you sign, but they need to get through as many people as possible. So it's normally 2 cards at a time, and then with stuff like this, he drew the outline the first time, said if you want colour, come back and line up again, and I'll line up again to get my lines redone. So pretty happy with that, but I think Matt also does, like if you message him on Instagram, you can send your cards off to him and he'll do like custom drawings on them as well for a fee, obviously, 'cause he needs to make money, it's his business. So we might actually send some off to him because he showed us one that someone had requested. It was this Stampede card from The Lion King and they requested a crying Simba, which is a bit sad, but we want to get some custom drawings done. I want to get an Ariel on my Little Mermaid card and a few things like that, so that's super cool. Okay, so I was able to make a couple trades only with the vendor at this stage, Card Hub. I went up and asked if he'd be interested in anything from my binder. I told him there was a card I wanted for one of my sets, which was the Minnie Mouse Enchanted from Ursula's Return. So he picked out a whole bunch of stuff from my binder. He was really good. I've got nothing too interesting in here. I think the most expensive card in here is like $10 or $15, but he kept picking out cards, adding it up, trying to pick out more cards. He was trying really hard to get me to the value. In the end, I did pay the difference. I think we got to about $75 of value, so I topped it up a little bit. And I also just picked up this Hades Legendary from the first chapter. I now only have one more regular first chapter card that I need, and it is the most random card ever. I've opened so much first chapter and I don't know how I've never pulled the Musketeers Tabard, I think it's called. It's like a rare, it's not even a legendary. Somehow I've gone through all my first chapter bulk, don't have it. So that is my final regular card I need, and then all the enchanteds, but you know, that's a problem for another day. But so happy to pick up an enchanted for one of my sets. I think all 3 sets that I'm well progressed with now, I have at least one enchanted. So first chapter I have Mickey Mouse, not the more expensive Mickey Mouse, the other Mickey Mouse. Ursula's Return, I now have Minnie Mouse. And then for Shimmering Skies, I have Prince Naveen. So getting close. One ticked off the list for each set, makes me feel a bit better. I think they're starting round 4 now. And that is all here today at Lorcana Challenge, Melbourne, Australia. Rosh and I had such a fun day. It was so cool to attend an event like that for the first time. We picked up our gateway, we're gonna learn, and maybe next year we'll be back here playing as well. We are very happy with our signed cards. I'll put my genie on the screen now, but I got it touched up. I lined up 3 times to get it complete, so it is complete. The lines have been redone, it's coloured, it looks amazing, and Rosh just finished off her Simba as well. So big thanks to Matt Chapman for that. Great event, we had a great time. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.